Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, I am so sorry. I'm a little late here. I got caught on a podcast. It has been one of those days. Has anybody else been like slammed and working like a lunatic? I love what I do, and I wear so many different hats. I do everything from coaching couples to my groups and my elite programs, to my Queens programs, to the Voxers, to this, to the podcast, to the writing, I love it. And I'm always like, one thing that I teach is something called transition time. I was actually talking with one of my couples about this today, and I was saying it's so important that we have our transition time because we move from one thing to another, and our mind needs to create a sense of presence. And that presence is what creates. So before I got on this, I took 2 minutes as I'm like running from a podcast where I'm in like expert mode, right? To now I'm coming over to this, but we were talking about biohacking, and here I am. Oh my gosh, we've got Inez, we've got Kathy. Who else do we have here? Michelle, let us up. It says there's more of you, but for some reason I'm only seeing 3 names. Okay, but it says there's a lot more of you. So do you want to know what made me so happy? Do you want to know what made my day? Was seeing you guys post and rewrite your stories. Oh my God, I love it. And those special ladies who did it, you guys get my bonus gift. And you're going to be so excited. And everybody else could be very jealous because that good. So good. I'm really, really excited. So you will receive an email. And you're going to get it from support@melissakathryn.com. And you're going to love it. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. So I love to reward action takers, and I love to reward people because it says you're really, really committed. It says that you're putting yourself out there. One of the hardest things as dieters is to actually be visible. And the women that came in and, shared themselves. I saw Diane, Valerie, and I believe Cheyenne. Am I saying your name right? Are the 3 that I've seen so far. First off, guys, I want to say I'm so proud of each and every one of you. Do you understand? Like, you did 4 days of the challenge. This is huge. What I'm asking you to do is not easy. I'm asking you to look within yourself. Hold on, let me pull these up. I'm asking you to look within yourselves. That's like what nobody wants to do. This is why everybody would rather just do endless diets, and because you actually never have to connect with yourself. Remember when I told you guys that I found myself on the floor of my New York City apartment, and on the outside I looked like I had this perfect, beautiful life, and I looked, but on the inside I wasn't happy. And I had all this guilt and all this shame around food. And I was like, why do I live in one of the most sought after places in the world? And I want to sit home with food and my TV instead of being out right now. That something doesn't seem right? Why am I looking more forward to being alone with my food? And I didn't want to eat in front of people. I wanted to eat alone. And that's when when you have shame and guilt around your eating patterns and habits, when you're hiding food in the trash, when you don't want people to know that you took so many cookies, when you're moving food around, or you're wanting to replace things, or you don't want to know that you ate so much of this, it's disordered eating. And there's a lot of shame and a lot of guilt. Diane, I was just praising you, honey. You got a bonus coming your way, a bonus gift. I'm so proud of you. Guys, please rewrite your stories. So there was a lot with that. So I'm really, really committed to this work because I changed my life. And I've changed thousands of women's lives. And I've even gotten messages from women that have done my programs, and years and years have passed. Do you know how many emails that I get from them that they go back to my program? I just had one of my other clients. It's like she's in another program of mine, and Cheyenne, and I saw yours too. Cheyenne, am I saying your name right? I hope that I'm not butchering it because it's a beautiful name. I saw you rewrote your story and I loved it. And I'm just so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of everybody. Please, please rewrite your story. It is one of the most powerful things that you can do for you. And if you're not going to show up here on video, please read it in front of the mirror. What does reading in front of the mirror do? It's your soul's recognition of yourself. And it hears it and starts to believe that that is your reality, right? Okay, good. I'm so glad. So really always saying your affirmations in front of a mirror, looking in your own eyes. One of the primary things that I teach is something called mirror work. I learned it from one of my earliest mentors, Louise Hay. Bless her heart. She is no longer with us. She was the founder and creator of Hay House. And she's just such a testament, I think it was Sally who had posted in here that one of her big takeaways is that her life is just beginning, that she's got another 30 to 40 years to live. And she was acting like, it's the end of the road because she's like in her 50s. And I was like, yeah, Louise Hay started Hay House Radio, started Hay House. All the books that where Wayne Dyer came from and Marianne Williamson and all of these people. Louise Hay started that when she was 55. 55. She got married again, fell in love for the third time when she was 80. The woman, it was incredible. And she lived a beautiful life and she made a huge impact. So whoever thinks that their life is ending or close to the end, or there isn't much more to it than being on a diet, guys, there's so much more to life. In fact, my LED glasses, I went through and we're going to get to today's teaching, but this is a big part of it. You get to riff with me. This is a huge gift. When I got on the other side, I grieved for the part of me that spent 10 plus years fixating on my weight, like insisting that I needed to be perfect, not allowing myself to experience the full level of love that I had in my life or joy. Even the relationship that I was in, I was with somebody for a very long time, and I don't think I ever fully felt his love for me, because I didn't love me. So a lot of him loving me, I was rejecting. And I know that I think that'll speak to some of you. He would compliment me and I'd be like, yeah, sure, right. If something went, whatever, I was just caught in a lot of my own insecurities. And when you're on a diet or when you're always thinking about food, you're really not present to the people that are with you. I think back to the times that we'd be sitting together and I'd be calorie counting in my head. I'd be thinking about what I just ate. I'd be thinking about what I was going to wear. What was I going to wear when we went out with his friends or went to go be with his family for the holidays? Were they all going to think that what were they? And it's like, I wasn't really there, and I just think back to a lot of missed opportunities and a lot more fun that I could have been having, and a lot of vacations that I didn't fully enjoy because I was down on myself. I was dreading being seen in a bathing suit. I was dreading what I was going to look like. Or holidays where I would overeat. And I hear this and I heard it from so many clients. I started my Love Your Body, Lose the Weight and my Weight Loss for Life programs. Oh my God. I ran Weight Loss for Life for 8 years. And I say that because, I heard this from countless women, and to hear them on the other side, when they would get to the other side and they would be liberated and they would find their confidence and they found, weight loss ended up being a secondary gift to finding themselves. And I know that's not what you want right now. You're like, just get the weight off. But that was the coolest thing. Where I'd go, and how much weight did you lose? And, 20 pounds and this, and then, and then I go, how come you didn't even say that? And they're like, well, that just kind of ended up being a added bonus. But the truth is, I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy, and it has nothing to do with my weight. Like, I like my life now. I like me now. And that is why I do what I do. So I just want to share that because that makes me really happy. And I'm loving to see that coming to life in you guys. Day one, we talked about awareness. And as I see that, honey, and I love it. And amazing. And so, see, I just want you guys to see when you have an incentive, when I tell you you're going to get something, this is why I run challenges in our programs, because everybody wants to win something, and the winning something is what keeps them going, all right, I'll do the next challenge. We all like to get gifts. Okay, so day one was awareness. I want everybody to post the biggest thing that they've learned, their biggest takeaway. And I'm asking you to do this because you're each going to learn from each other. Hi, Julie Love. You're going to learn from each other. And you're going to read somebody else's takeaway and you're going to go, oh my God, yes, me too. And, I just want you to know, hi, Heather, that, I have accountability partners and people that, I do everything that I tell you guys to do. And it's because it works. It's what high performance people do. It's what people that achieve and get on the other side of things. So accountability, community, sharing your ahas. Why do you think we post that right after the video? Because it's proven that if you have to regurgitate your biggest takeaway, it cements into your mind, to your reality, right? Are any of you familiar with my friend Dr. Joe Dispenza's work? Anybody? So Joe Dispenza's incredible. He has a book called Becoming Supernatural and the Placebo Effect and many others. And he and I talked about this, and he's something he does at all of his retreats, and it's true. So there's a reason. Those of you that are new to me, there's something that I always ask you guys to do things for a specific purpose. It's never just to tell you to do something. It's to help you reprogram your mind. Yes, Valerie. Joe's incredible and the work's incredible. Oh my God. Yeah. So Joe's, I just spent some time with him. I say this, guys, because again, everything that I ask you to do is to benefit you. It's not just to tell you to do things, because that would just be a waste. Anyway, I'm really, really excited because tomorrow we're talking about how food is fuel and when that really shifts. And today we're talking about identifying your gaps. And here's the thing. Day one, we did awareness and we really looked at, what the big picture is, understanding where you are from where you want to be and how the purpose that foods serve for you in your life. We've talked about how food has taken on human connection. We've talked about understanding why you've continued to lose weight and go back because you haven't actually created the new identity. We've talked about understanding your hunger cues and understanding food and mood and how it's all connected and how foods hold energy and emotion and memory. And we've talked about head cravings and heart cravings. We've done a lot. Oh my God, in 3 days, we've done all of this. We rewrote your story. We talked about the power of acting as if, right? We looked at the hunger scale and really understanding, are we eating from true hunger or eating out of habit? Eating because it's breakfast time, or eating because we were told you have to eat first thing in the morning, or eating because we were told eat 3 meals a day, or have mini 5 meals and go keto. That's the way to go. And really understanding, have you connected in to eat in a way that's right for your body, right? Right. On a side note, guys, I'm thinking about getting bangs. What do we think? As I put my hair up and totally go on a tangent. So if we think I should get bangs, let me know. And if you think that would be a huge mistake, put no in the comments below and I will not get bangs. you might see me with bangs and fully platinum blonde hair on Monday. Okay, so identifying your gaps. Why is this important? So what you're seeing is when we look at, yes to bangs, okay, I might get them. But if I hate them, I'm blaming you, Valerie. Just want you to know. But maybe curtain bangs. I know I'm gonna keep going, guys. I promise. All right, so, Diane, no, okay. You guys, I need more than 2 votes because right now we're on a split. Okay, so, but I love you guys both. Thank you, Kathy. And should I go blonde? These are other questions. But please, I got caught in the rain today. It got crazy storms all day. Okay, so let's talk about identifying the gaps. My ADD is taking hold. Your life is a pie. Spiritual, career, relationships, sex and intimacy, right? We've got all the pieces of the pie. Fun, love, whatever, hobbies, right? Whatever, your fitness, your health. When you look at your life as a pie, and you think, are these pieces of the pie, are they full? Like, what's going on there? I really, really want you to think about how we want to look at the gaps. And that's what the handout was, right? So now I've got you guys going blonde, yes. Oh my gosh. Diane's against all of you guys and the blonde and the bangs. I know we're going to say, maybe I'll just become a Kardashian and wear wigs because that's what they do. I definitely don't need extensions. This is my real hair, but we might just do wigs. Okay. So, what I really want to say is, in identifying the gaps, when you looked at that handout, what did you think? What did you notice? And we'll go back to my hair at the end, but right now, and thank you all for your suggestions. I want you guys to look at your life, and I want you to think right off the bat, even if you didn't do the handout yet, please do the handout. But if you didn't do the handout yet, right when I say that and you think about your life, is your life full in the love department? Is your life full in the romance department? Is your life full? Right now, as I say these, do a scale of 1 to 10 and write these down. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you in your life in terms of your family? A 10 being amazing, a 1 being not very good. And a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of your spiritual practice, where are you? 1 not being good, 10 super connected. A scale of 1 to 10 on your career, where are you? 1 not happy, 10 ecstatic. On a scale of 1 to 10 with your body and your health, where are you? 1 not happy, 10 optimal health, ideal body. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you in your relationships? Family, friends, everything in between. Not very good. I've got great relationships. We're in great communication. I'm super fulfilled. That would be a 10. On a scale of 1 to 10 in sex and intimacy, 1, not having any, or it's not good. 10, I'm through the moon. Best of my life. Or we're so connected, or so intimate, or what have you. I'm very satisfied. Let's just say 1 is unsatisfied, 10 is very satisfied. Everybody needs different things with intimacy, right? And so what we did, career, on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of fun and hobbies. 1, unfulfilled. 10, highly fulfilled. Where are you? Now, you can add in any other categories you want, right? But primarily, when we're looking at our life as a pie, that's really what we're looking at. How many of those pieces of the pie are full? And I really want you to circle the ones that have a 5 and a below, because those are the ones that need the most attention. And I guarantee, oh, and the other one would be financially. On a scale of 1 to 10, that's a big one. On a scale of 1 to 10, right? I'm financially free, or I'm always struggling. Where am I in my wealth set point? And I really want you to look at these and see the ones that are a 5 and below, 99% of the time are directly related to the times that we eat. One of the things that I say is, where there's lack, you will fill the gaps with food, right? Everybody write that down. Where there's lack, you will fill the gaps with food. Looking at those areas of your life, are you seeing where food has come in? For me, not being in a relationship and really not even realizing that I was heartbroken at that time was a big reason how I found myself at that rock bottom, because I was extensively eating from a lot of loneliness. And the other big one for me was not having a spiritual connection at all. And I'm somebody that is highly faith-based. I do not push religion on anybody. I personally am very faith-based. You can put me in all the places, but I mean, I'm always in connection from the moment that I wake up and the full time I'm sleeping. There is never a time that I am not in full connection and accessing and in connection with the divine source that is available to me and in me and all around me, right? And so that was something as a dieter, I was living, and most dieters are very disconnected. They're in isolation. They put the weight of the world on their shoulders. They don't want to tell anybody that they're struggling. They have a lot of shame and guilt, and they internalize everything. And they berate themselves and operate on a lot of negative self-talk and criticism. And in their mind, they constantly say that they need to figure everything out, that they need to figure out why they can't lose weight, that they need to figure out that if they just read another book, that if they just do another plan, that if they just write out another plan for them, if they just listen to this podcast, if they just do this free challenge, if they just do this, if they can just, that they'll figure it out, because they need to figure out, because it's all their fault, because they're not enough. So that was the primary thing that was beating me up day in and day out. And if you're always being beaten up, the only thing that's going to ever love you back is going to be food, a substance. Because you're waking up and beating yourself down before you even get out of bed. No one can thrive in that environment, right? And that's what I saw. So it didn't matter that I won a trophy, and it didn't matter that I had worked diligently and transformed my body, and it didn't matter how much I knew, and it didn't matter how I looked to the outside world, because inside I felt really empty and alone. And inside I was making myself wrong every moment of every day in a lot of ways. And that's what I find with women who struggle with their weight. I can tell you the most put together women that look like they have it all together and even look like they have their weight figured out have a lot of mental battling going on. And they are highly restrictive and monitoring everything that they do. And they are devoid of a lot of pleasure, and they are in a lot of internal struggle. Trust me, I work with celebrities. I work with a lot of no names, and I can tell you, no matter how amazing people look on the outside, it's in here. That's what matters. And that's why my entire quest for myself was all I wanted was to feel whole. And once I found wholeness, I said, this is what I want every woman to feel. Because without it, you're not really living, right? And so this is, yes, my aha, where there is lack, it will be replaced with food. Yeah. So guys, identify those gaps for yourself. So what the beauty in this handout and in the way that this Done with Dieting challenge is formulated, hi Jennifer, is that everything stacks. So day one was awareness and starting to connect back into your body and start to go. And then day two, it's okay, right? And we're looking at understanding our cravings, right? And understanding how that's connected. And, we've done the food and mood tracker, and now we're going, okay. And then we're looking at, what are you really hungry for? What is it that I'm really, really desiring? What do I really want to feel? Right? And so now when we're identifying the gaps, where there's lack, you will fill those gaps with food. Really understand the lack. Well, if you filled your life, the fuller your life, the less you want the food, right? The fuller that you're living, the less you need these other things because you're so lit up by life. So right now, just jot down, what are some things that come to mind for you that you're like, these are things that I've always wanted to do. Or if I had this, I know I wouldn't eat, right? Like I remember sitting there going, I know if I was in a relationship, I wouldn't be eating right now. Or I was like, I know if I liked the work that I was doing, I wouldn't be eating right now. This is what I had. And I had a great job before this. I was a fashion designer, but it stopped filling my soul. And for whatever, I love being creative, and I still intend to have a fashion line again at some point. But at the time, I just gotten to a point where I needed something new. I'm an Aries, so once we get to a level of excellence with something, or a level where we feel that we've mastered it to the degree that our heart desires it, we're like, okay, next. That's why the career that I have now is perfect, because I'm always just creating new programs and products, and I'm like, okay, that was great, and now we're gonna do this. I can pinpoint all of that. So I really want you guys to use the tools in this program. I really want you to look at what's there and go, oh, okay, like this is huge. This is really, really huge for me. And really, really see how you can use that for yourself. So look at the gaps and think and tie that back and go, okay, this is what's missing in my life. How can I begin to fill these gaps? What would that look like for me? So if you see that, wow, I'm really missing friendships, make a list of friends that you want to reach out to. Have you just moved somewhere new? Okay, can you go to different workouts that you like? Or maybe you're into arts and museums, or like maybe you're a moviegoer. Maybe you're gonna find some events near you, or you know what I'm saying? Like then it's looking at connection. I used the example yesterday of a client that needed chocolate cake every day at 4. And then it was really because she made cakes with her mom and she was missing her home and her life in California. Once we had her FaceTiming, right, with her mom each week, she didn't need the cake anymore, right? Because it was a heart craving. So I want you to look at and identify where there's lack, you will fill the gaps with food. How can you fill the gaps in your life without food? And always ask yourself, what do I really want to feel? Because it's never about the food, right? So identifying your gaps is a huge piece. It is huge. I want to hear from those of you that rewrote your story. I want to know, how did it feel to rewrite your story? I want everybody to share below what your biggest takeaway is, right? I had no idea what all was. What all? I'm not sure what you meant, Kathy. For some reason off my phone, I can only see, there might be more. But I'll see it once I open up my computer. So I want you guys to please share your biggest takeaway so far, what your number one thing that if you left the challenge and that was it, that you were like, I want to leave this with everybody here, right? Because I want you guys to share that one thing so that you can all learn from each other, because you guys all have incredible knowledge. And I want to hear, how was it to rewrite your story? For those of you that haven't rewritten your story yet, please rewrite it and read it to yourself in the mirror or post it here in a live video. That would be incredible for us all to witness you and hold the intention of your new story for you. Energy is key and its power, and the declaration to universe is huge. Guys, I cannot wait to be with you tomorrow. I have something really exciting to share, and it's day 5. And that is like the cincher. Like tomorrow, what I teach is so big and so powerful. So please come live, because it's so, so good. So good. Yes, Michelle, where there's lack, you will fill the gaps with food. It's huge. It's like a game changer. So guys, do the handout. Identify your gaps. Every day, the handouts are posted in here. If you want to learn your Eat Right for your archetype, what archetype you are, the quiz was posted in here as well, and it will tell you if you're a nurturer, a perfectionist, an avoider, or a rebel, and it gives you an exact explanation once you get your results of what that is, how examples of how best to eat for the day, what works best for your personality, and how to fully thrive. There's a lot of resources. I don't want to overwhelm you guys. I just get really excited, and I know it's cool to learn these new things about yourself. And I just want you to know that you're perfect exactly as you are, that you're enough now, and that food can be weight releases really fast when you choose and when you decide. So decide that you're done. Decide that this Done With Dieting challenge was the jump start that you needed. Decide that it gets to be easy from here on out. Let go of the past. The past doesn't matter. What matters is what you do here today. You're incredible. You've got this. The weight is just weight. It does not define you. I will share more about how you can continue on with me and achieve deeper support. But mainly tomorrow is going to be so epic. So please come live, because it's going to be so good. And I've got just, oh my God, so much goodness to share. And it's going to be a big, if you thought the last 4 days were ahas, trust me, tomorrow. So stay tuned. I will see you all tomorrow sharply at 6. I can't wait to be with you then. Post your comments, post your questions below, share your ahas. And I'm just so proud of each and every one of you. You guys are incredible. I'm deeply honored. I love you all. And I will see you tomorrow. And I'm going to read your comments. I can't wait to get my hair done. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I mean, I have naturally curly hair, so it got a little cray. I tried to blow it out. Yeah, we don't know. It needs to be done. Kathy, oh, sorry. I had no idea how many areas I had gaps. And so, this is, Kathy, I'm so glad you said that. This is really important. Guys, I know that your mind, I have only had you for 4 days. Those of you that have been with me for a long time and know me, know that what I'm about to say. Please do not allow the insights. I'm not saying you're doing this, Kathy, but for anybody, please don't let the insight and the awareness of the weight and it might feel really heavy, like, oh my God, I have so many gaps. Or I'm not saying you're saying this, Kathy, I'm using this as an example. Please don't let it be another reason to beat you up. That's not what this is about. We need to be aware in order to change. So it's good, and it might feel a bit overwhelming, but I'm going to help you with that. And that's why you're here. So don't feel overwhelmed. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. That's the whole point. See? It's easy. So don't worry about it. If you've got gaps, every woman has gaps in their life. and we're going to fill them. That's the beauty of it. That's why it's transformative what I teach. And that's why no diet teaches this. Diets just put a Band-Aid over it. And that's why you keep having to lose weight to gain it back again. We want to get off of that and just be done with it for good. And that's what I'm starting to teach you, and we'll go into it. So don't be overwhelmed. Don't worry about it. I've got you. Jennifer's got you. And you're going to meet Jennifer. And just know that. So I know it might feel like a lot. It might be like, oh my God, I've got all these gaps and there's all this stuff that I want to feel. And how am I supposed to make that happen? Or I don't know what to do. I've only ever used food. It's okay. I'm going to show you. I did it. You can do it. I have thousands that do it all the time. And they do it on my online program. I receive emails all the time, daily, and trust me. So please don't get overwhelmed. Just be grateful for the awareness. Thank you, universe, for all the awareness. I'm so happy and grateful to be awakened to this new way of being. I'm so happy and grateful for this new journey that I get to embark on. I'm so happy and grateful that I got to be a part of this challenge. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm in this time and space reality where I get to release weight now so easily in a way that I never have before. I'm so grateful that I'm learning all these things about myself. I'm so grateful that I get to live this big, beautiful life now. And it's so fun, and I get to fill all these gaps with things that I really enjoy that are really just me coming home to me. I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed, right? Yeah, so good. So let's all take a deep breath together and give thanks for this new state of awareness and for all of the goodness that's on its way to us and is already here for us. Let's breathe that in. And suspend your breath for a minute and just feel the power in that. And all the love that is here for you. And exhale out. And one more deep breath in. Hand on your heart, hand on your belly. And repeat to yourself or out loud, I love you. I really, really love you. I'm so grateful and honored to be you. There is no one that I would rather be. I'm so grateful for this body. I'm grateful for my health. And I'm grateful for the life that I have before me. I love me. I really, really love me. And take another deep breath. And exhale that out. And wrap your arms around yourself and give yourself a big hug. Doesn't it feel so good to be in community? Right? Isn't that what it's all about? So good. So good. All right, I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Post, share. I'll be commenting tonight.